talk sports.
Okay, Mike. All right, Mike, what you want to talk about, man?
Oh, man, hey, thanks for mentioning Tommy T's. Hey, I don't know, man. I'm on the move. I've been on the move, and, I don't have that time right now to just, settle down, so the world just keeps moving. I'm just jumping off the Emmy nomination. I'm all at the Daytime Emmys last week.
Did you win?
You know what? Did I win? Let's see. I did. They didn't hand me a trophy, but I won.
There you go.
I was at the Emmy Awards.
No doubt. Nice suit on?
Yeah, tux. I was all tuxed up. I was the only one in the building. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds. Only one with a white tuxedo on. So you got a white tuxedo and an afro and you black, you stand out a little bit.
Okay, if you had won the Emmy, and we'll get to the details about the Emmy Awards, if you had won, would you walk around with it?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I still have to win so I could have it all the time. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I had my speech in my pocket, and I was going to do that thing when you rip it up and throw it to the side and say what you really feel. Like I had it all.
The whole bit.
Yo, I was about to deliver. And yes, I would be walking with the Emmy as we speak, so I got to step up my game and get back in the Emmy consideration game.
What was the best part about being there? I mean, seeing everyone else there? What was
No, networking. Just talking to people that were in the same world. They had a bar, so we would go down and have a sip or two. And I'm meeting people from DreamWorks. And literally, I'm saying, when I stood out, I was talking to everybody because they're like, yo, who's the black dude? There was other black dudes, but it stood out a little bit. And I'm in there, man, just
if you can count the number of black dudes in there,
yes.
you stand out.
Yes, man, and that's this indication for the behind the scenes in Hollywood, too. And maybe, the real world, too, but it allowed me to meet a lot of people, talk with a bunch of people, and they kind of, it was great. It was worth it for that experience.
At least they didn't call the police on you and have you thrown out.
Right. It was the tuxedo.
No, that's right.
It's like, yo, that's spiffy.
He's legit.
So we just kind of jumped into the conversation. We got to set the groundwork here for this. What were you nominated for an Emmy for?
You're right. So I did this series called Conversations in L.A., and they're on season 2 now. They actually just started season 3. It was for outstanding guest performer in a drama series. So, the world, they know me for comedy. You go on YouTube, you're going to see jokes and clips and grins. But this was a dramatic thing, and hey, I like that. That's the route I'm loving, is dramatic acting.
Well, Denzel didn't win an Oscar until he became a villain.
It's like that sometimes. You turn a corner and find a new side of you. I could laugh and joke all day. That's like us with the homies and we kicking it, but and that passion to just see some real stuff. That's what I watch. I don't even watch comedies at the house. When me and the lady, when we watch the TV, it's that real stuff, that gritty, that intense. I like that type of...
And now you're picturing yourself in those roles.
Yo, for real, man. And a lot of people don't see it because that's what they know me. They see the grin and all that. But yeah, man, I like that intensity.
I've never even seen you make an intense face.
But turn it on, put a script in front of me, and it's different.
I can't picture it either.
I can't, if I said
You're
right now for
smiling.
5 seconons, could you make a dramatic face? Could you do it?
Nah. I know you too well, man. I'm a smile in 3. It's gonna be 3 seconds of
But what if he's your director?
Yo, he'll never be my director, man.
Hey!
It couldn't go down like that. But hey, and nothing like romantic. I'm not there yet. I don't think I can sell the romance scenes. I just don't think that's me. But
that's acting.
True. I'm trying to convince my wife that, look, if I got to do some naked stuff or if it got to kiss other women, that's part of it. It's in the script. You got to understand that, but...
Keisha ain't having that.
She ain't... No, man, you just want to kiss other girls. No, I don't just want to kiss other girls. I want to sell the scene.
Yeah, it's in the script.
I need people to believe.
Yeah, that's great.
Who makes you laugh? Can someone make you laugh?
Yo, man, I'm jaded in entertainment. Tragic stuff has to happen. Like a comedian has to go on and fall through the stage. My God, that's hilarious. But, mere jokes, I recognize talent and I'm like, that was great. That was great work. But, man, I've seen so much that it's only dark. Darkness moves me. And I want to laugh, man. I want to cry. I want to laugh. And I don't remember the last thing somebody said something dumb one time and offended the whole audience. I knew they didn't mean to say it, and I was crying, man.
They're just dying out there, and you're laughing.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
You see, watch a comedian die on stage as a comedian. Yo, that's hilarious. It's like there's no way out of this.
Do you change? Like, I got to get to my best material, and just you can't recover.
Oh man, yeah, I watch dudes and I'm like, dude, there's no way to get out of this.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen performances where they can't get out of this.
Yeah.
And if they can, I'm like, well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. I'm trying to just...
I want to see the dramatic acting.
I'm trying to, like, imagine you watching, like, Get Out, and you just start cracking up in the middle of Get Out or something like that.
Yeah, man, it takes a certain part of the movie.
Now, you say watching someone die on stage is funny, but have you ever been there? I've never seen you fall.
Oh, man, because here's the thing. What I'll do, this is when I'll find myself in a hole. I love creating, but you can over-create. And I was talking to, if you know this dude, Billy Gardell, he's the Mike and Molly dude. And he's like, that's the mistake comics like myself will make. What'll happen is you'll go on with your act, some jokes, get in your zone, but you'll over-try too much new material. And that's what I do. I'll try too much, and then I'm on like, okay, that didn't go the way I wanted, but just go ahead, just do the next one. That's gonna kill them. And then you get to the next one, and you're like, oh man, this is not working out. And then you're like, just do the third one. That's a heater. And then you go to that third new one, and you're like, oh no. And then you see people's arms slowly start to cross. And you start seeing people look at each other, and they start having side discussions.
Talking, yeah.
And they're talking, and you're like, oh man. And that's how I die on stage. When I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't. All right, try to hit him with an old one.
Yeah.
You
I know this
pull out
works.
a classic.
So, Statman,
yeah, you try to pull out the step man and it's too late sometimes. It's like they ain't having it. Like some crowds will not allow you to get them back. And I get it. They came here to laugh. They didn't come here to see you work out all the time. I learned from people like Tommy Davidson. You don't even know when he's working out. He's trying so much new stuff and he's so animated. He's just throwing in stuff and you don't even know. But if you watch people twice, you see their methods and you kind of figure out like how they do it. So you got to find your method.
Do you focus in on one person, one lady, one couple, one table, or are you just kind of...
That's hard not to do. I don't want to do that, but it could be 100 people laughing, 100 people dying over, but it's that one person that don't like you. You're like, yo, why don't they like me? So
You keep looking.
you want to get that person.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man. So you got to either like go in on that person or just not look at them. I try not to focus. Because you want the masses.
Yeah.
If they love you, that's good. It should be good enough. But it's something about that insecurity that you want to figure out, why don't they like me?
Yeah.
But you've seen guys before, because Willie Barcena, who's been on the show with us, you know very well.
Oh, yeah.
We used to do. Willie would focus on the one guy and get really mad about it. He'd be like, bro, why even come to a comedy show if you're going to be sitting here pissed off the whole time?
Yeah, and his line was, I feed off energy, bro. I feed off energy. That was his line, I feed off energy, bro. You're not giving me the energy.
You give me positive energy, I'll be funny.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Mikey Winfield with us here. You know Mike, man. He's our guy. I don't even feel like you're a guest at this point anymore on the
man,
show.
This
You
is
just
family,
kinda...
man. Yeah, I know, man. We just do this.
But we do want to let people know they can see you tonight it's 7:30, right? It's the first one?
Yeah. First show 7:30. It's 2 tonight. The second one I believe is 10:15, and then there's 2 more Saturday evening tomorrow night, starting at 7.
That's at Tommy T's in Rancho Cordova. Is there a city that's tougher to perform in than like the toughest place you've ever performed in?
Energies are different around the world. So, Sacramento has a way different energy than San Francisco. San Francisco has a more PC, more, I want to say, judgmental feel about you. Whereas Sacramento is a more blue-collar town where they're just like, yo, we just like having fun. We don't care how you say it. Just be funny. Whereas I'll go to a San Francisco and it's tighter energy. And I'll have fun there, but I know the rules. Then you go to somewhere like LA where they've seen it all. So it's like, don't BS with me. Don't be funny. Come unfiltered. They want to see some real intense, real comedy. I feel that way. And then all the best of the best seem to migrate in a certain direction. And that's how New York is too, where they're just really like, hey, just come with it without all the fancy stuff around it. We just want to get to the punchline and give us the next piece.
What about like tonight? Will it literally be different? The first show to the second show? The energy, I'm talking about the crowd.
Well, Fridays are
consistent?
typically known for terrible audiences. And they say that because people work 9 to 5 all week on average. Then they'll get off of work, have to rush, maybe not have dinner, go straight to the comedy club, and they're like worn out, they're tired. So that's been the history of comedy, whereas Saturdays, people have bought their tickets in advance, they had the day off, you know, and they planned out the entire day. So for me, Friday is hit or miss. You know, sometimes the amount of people doesn't make for the best show. It's the energy in the room. So people don't understand the energy that you give reflects back on the comedy, and you decide if you're going to get a comeback comedian or you're going to hear their, you know, their content and their material.
Have you started, and I don't think that I've heard you do this yet, but have you started doing like D.L. Hughley has really transferred into like real life, like his comedy is real life now, whether it's political, and a lot of what D.L. does now is political. Have you started doing, kind of venturing that way yet?
Well, I wouldn't call it so much political, and I feel like what I owe my fans is how I started. But you do have to evolve too. So I stay in family, but I transition to real subject matter through my family. So if I'm talking about Stepman, it's the conversation me and Stepman had about gun control. Or it's how me and Stepman feel about Kaepernick. You know, and that's how I'll get into the subject matter. But by doing it how I started, so my foundation is there.
You're a big basketball fan. Are you gonna
I'm a super basketball
You gonna
fan.
stick around for?
Hey, can I hang out?
Yeah, you can hang out. Yeah, absolutely. We got plenty more we got to talk about. You know, Blake Bortles stopped the robbery yesterday.
Yes.
Okay. We'll give Mike's thoughts on that. And there's a pitcher who said he might have to forego Fortnite. I have no clue. I know what Fortnite is.
Yeah.
I know what it is in its most basic form, but I have no clue what Fortnite is.
I'm the same.
Mikey Winfield's here. He's performing in Rancho Cordova at Tommy T's this weekend. Mike's going to hang out for a few minutes. We'll just come back with more of the lowdown next. Mother's Day is the theme here with Chris Law's bumper music. Welcome back into the lowdown. Happy to be here with you. We are on Facebook Live as well, so if you're at work on your computer, Mike E. Winfield, he's performing at Tommy T's here this weekend, and we are live on Facebook. Obviously, we're live here on Sports 1140. You got questions, anything you want to throw Mikey's way, please get that to us. A couple of things we want to get to. Tim Roy, voice of the Golden State Warriors, he's going to join us here at 2:05. Stick around for that. That'll be a good preview for the Western Conference Finals, which get underway on Monday. We've got some stuff on Blake Bortles. He stopped the robbery coming up here in just a few minutes. Mike, that's a true story. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I want to get back to something that you had mentioned just a second ago. Talking about guys working out.
Absolutely.
You, correct me if I'm wrong, you were with Chappelle, right? Didn't Chappelle work out something at the Punchline and you opened for him?
Yes, and this is multiple times. And it wasn't even only at the Punchline. There was some other things in Santa Rosa where I opened for him. And and I did sets in front of him. And those were times when I felt like this is probably not the time for me to do my new material. This is the time for me to be in front of this big audience, these new eyes, and show them what I do. So I would give them the more polished, the more destruction set, the shut the show down set, you know, and I remember, multiple times.
Yeah, he would just be chain smoking for hours upon, like he would do shows, like I remember one, I think he did it here in Sacramento till like 3 a.m.
Yes, easily. He would be on stage smoking, doing like these long sets, and I mean, what's great about watching a comedian like him do that is he's just talking, and he's just piecing thoughts together. You know, and it's bittersweet sometimes when you watch certain things like that because, I don't know, man, I feel like there's a subconscious sometimes when someone will go deliver a joke and they'll say, I wonder, was this, nah, I made this up, right? You know? You know, and it's bittersweet.
Yeah,
More pressure though on a night like that with a big.
Hey man,
big name.
I'm so far in that the pressure doesn't come. especially on a live stage like that. Maybe if I go do Fallon or something, or maybe if I have to record anywhere where I'm out of my circumstances, then I feel like I could possibly get nervous. But at this point, nah.
But you've done Letterman, right?
Yeah, so even when I did Letterman, I was waiting to be nervous. I'm like, oh man, it's about to happen. But they set up the Ed Sullivan Theater where you don't even see cameras. You just get on stage, it's a live studio audience. It's just like any other night at any theater. So those nerves that I was waiting for never showed up.
Wow.
It was just another night. So I don't know. I just feel like that's life if you think about it. If there's some, arena that you haven't been in and is new to you, then maybe you will feel an ounce of nerves. But I've been performing comedy so long. Wherever I go, I don't really feel it, no matter who's there.
So more nerve-wracking when you're doing your dramatic role?
Being on a set, because I'm not.
Yeah, that's different.
I don't act all the time. I do stand-up every day. Mm-hmm. So just acting in general, there's like, all right, I want this to work.
Could you act funny though? Because you're just naturally funny. Like in your presence, you're gonna laugh. If we're here in the studio, if we're watching you on stage, or we're just out having dinner or grabbing drinks, or at a buddy's house or whatever, we're gonna laugh. But can you act funny?
What they tell you is not to. They tell you that you already have it. Just deliver it, feel the character, and the funny it comes.
Even if that's not your line, though. Like, the punchline might not be something you would say, but you still could get there.
Right. And that's what your job to do is not to necessarily write and just read the words on that paper. It's for you to deliver those lines how you make them funny. So once you understand what the person is trying to say, what is the character trying to convey, then you convey it to the character. And then if it's a comedy and they've written it well, it should demonstrate that.
Couple of notes here from the text line 441140. Mike sounds very funny, great energy. Hope you guys make him a regular. Man, Mike can't be any more regular than he already is, man. Unless we just set a time and date for him like we do.
Right, we hang out.
Yeah, but Mike's always on the move, man. It's hard to get a hold of him. Blake Bortles apparently stopped a burglary.
This is funny already, right? What?
Sort of. So what was going on is they were having a big beach party. This would-be robber selected the wrong vehicles to try to rummage through. There was a big party at a Jacksonville beach house, and witnesses say that the young man was rummaging through the different cars trying to steal stuff, and then he tried to get away. When he couldn't get away because there's too many cars, he decided he was going to go in the house. Great thinking on his part, right? Police say that he was then grabbed by Blake Bortles and a couple of his friends and held down until the police got there.
Hey man, you know where I wanted this story to go? I wanted the guy to be at a distance trying to get away, and then there just happened to be a football right there. Bow! Right on the back of the head. Oh, man.
Bortles would have missed him, though.
But Jason.
Too soon?
Jason. Come on, man.
He wouldn't have hit the target.
He would have fleed away. The guy got away.
Another one got away.
So he's like, yeah, I'll just grab him.
Yeah.
So some guys, they grabbed him and his buds, they grabbed him up, and they got the guy.
Marcos wants to know, Marcus, you got any Stockton shows coming up?
Whoa, Stockton shows. And you know some of the best shows are in Stockton. And man, people think you're being sarcastic. No, they have fire shows in Stockton. My last 5 shows in Stockton, to capacity, a crowd that's fired up, ready to laugh. Like, I give all love to the comedy shows I've done in Stockton. And the answer's no, sorry.
All that, but no.
No,
I remember, man, the last time this was a long time ago, I was at KSFM at the time, that I did a show, I opened for, I used to host those things for Willie in Stockton. I don't think you were a part of this one, but I remember the FBI had just come out with something that said Stockton was like one of the most dangerous cities in America, or one of the deadliest cities in America. And I said that on stage, and the crowd erupted in applause.
Oh, that's us!
And it was right then that I knew, man, Stockton, y'all are on an entirely different level than the rest of us.
I hate those. I hate when they do those posts in the most deadliest cities, because there's a few people that's like, okay, we have to live up to this reputation. I hate that. Like, why do you post like, Sacramento was one of the fattest cities?
Yeah.
They listed that, so people are like, all right, hey, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Why do they do these posts?
David Price, Red Sox pitcher, who earns a pretty substantial amount of money.
Legit dude.
Was diagnosed with carpal tunnel.
Oh, no.
But we live in an era where we've had to say, well, I'm a video game guy. I've always played Fortnite with my teammates, whether it's during the off season, at the field, at the hotel. That's kind of my generation. That's what we do. If I need to shut down video games and pick up a new hobby, then so be it. But I don't think that's the cause of my carpal tunnel.
Oh, really?
What does he think the cause
I
is?
know, exactly. What could it be?
Apparently he plays Fortnite for all hours on end. And I have no idea. I know what Fortnite is. I know it's a thing. I know it's a game. I have no clue what it is. I don't know what Minecraft is either. And I've watched kids play it, and I don't get it.
It's one of those games that, like, they just come a little bit along, and it's a fighting game, and it's online, so they fighting people they know. They wear the earphones and the headphones, so they talk and mess to each other, and it's in that lane of shows. I told my kids, I'm like, hey, figure out how to market on this. I don't want you working regular jobs when you become working age. I'm like, start getting wristbands and t-shirts, putting Fortnite on it, and selling them at the school. I want them to learn how to triple dollars instead of going and doing all this other little stuff.
But aren't there guys that, like, there are YouTube guys who make millions of dollars because kids watch them play Fortnite
video
on YouTube.
So you watch someone else play it?
Right.
This is a whole new world.
I guess
I
so.
can't jump on that boat. Like, I don't understand this. They're watching guys play and getting their satisfaction from that.
You're not a video
I'm
game
bewildered.
guy.
I mean,
Or
even
not
if
to
I
that
wasn't,
level.
I played video games. I used to.
Yeah.
I think I might have topped out at like Super Nintendo.
You ain't going to YouTube to watch someone play Super Mario Brothers 3 to get past that damn dragon at the end of
Ghost
the
or
right.
something like that. Yeah, we hung it up.
Mike, before you go, you want to give us your prediction for the finals?
Man,
You're a big basketball head.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's gonna happen is LeBron's in the finals, and this is tough because Warriors Rockets. The Rockets, they do have the home court advantage. The Warriors have the experience. I feel like the experience is gonna put them over the hump of the Rockets in I want to say 6 games.
Okay.
Chris Paul, unfortunately, has a curse. And he has to lift the curse like Tristan Thompson did the Kardashian curse.
Ooh.
He lifted the curse. He cheated just in time so he could break the curse so the Cavs could move on through future rounds. It was the smartest move ever done. Now Chris Paul has to figure out, what's his name from Oakland? What's the rapper dude? Little B?
Oh, yeah, the one who put the curse on Durant.
Yeah, to put it on Durant. Maybe, I don't know, did he put one on Chris Paul? I feel like Chris Paul's riding some energy where he can't get to this next level. And I feel like the Warriors, they got all that good energy. And they'll face the Cavs again. And I don't know, LeBron is playing super spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not running out of energy.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't have to make the pick for the finals yet, but we'll hold you to Warriors Cavs, and we'll revisit this later. Mikey Winfield, Tommy T's all weekend, 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. Mike, you're always welcome.
Yo, thanks, man. We family. I feel like a regular.
We'll be back with more of the lowdown next here on Sports 1140.